Disclaimer: This podcast is for entertainment purposes and contains satire. Discretion is advised.
Hi, and welcome to Turning Phrases. Adam was supposed to host this, but he doesn't know where the hell he is right now. I'm Steph, this is Adam.
Corey, hi.
And that's Chris in the background with our executive producer, Jeanie.
Yep.
Jenny, Jesus. Any Hoodle Toaster
That's a
Strudel.
perfection.
It is. Any Hoodle Toaster Strudel.
Any Hooter Toaster
No, you're not shifting it over to you now since
We're not doing that
since
one.
you're so smart.
I am so smart, god damn it. Welcome to Turning Phrases. It's a podcast about phrases. Where they're coming from, where they're going to, and everything in between.
It's like Con Night Joe in a way.
Yeah, a little bit, except not. But what we are talking about today is slap my ass and call me Susan. Susan? Sally.
Slap my ass.
Steph Host tell me Susan.
Zeus?
Anyway, it's slap my ass
I
and
would
call me
not put
Sally.
that in a box, sir.
Alright. So today, we're all going to be taking turns slapping each other's asses and calling each other Susie.
Sally.
You're getting
Oh my goodness. That's the other one. It's Susan's the other one.
There's never been a Susan involved in your entire life.
Well, okay. No, it was my mistake, dear reader, dear listener, dear
It's a reading podcast.
dear watcher, dear breathing human.
Dear human.
That I was thinking about the Susan one. That's the one where we slap our ass and call each other Susan. This is the one we talk about, slap your ass and call me Sally, which is a phrase that definitely we didn't make up. It's not made up at all. It's actually very real and a very serious threat to you and your family.
Beth, can you try and give us a definition of what you think it means?
Okay, so I think it comes from cowboy days, and I think it was just a thing that, cowboys would say as a way of exclaiming how excited they were about cowboy stuff, I guess, and
It's why I wanted to be a cowboy.
so like cowboy culture was shockingly gay, and I mean like actually gay.
I have to tell you something. You're really close to what this is for not knowing what it is.
Oh,
A little early in the episode.
yeah, I'm literally the smartest person in
A
the
little,
world. So
I mean, now we're all going to zero it.
It's an expression of astonishment about learning something unbelievable.
Wow.
Hi. You know me from Turning Phrases, a terrible show that you have been watching. And one of the worst things is, we consistently forget to say, like, comment, and subscribe. And the reason that is, because we're stupid. And we will never remember. And that's why we're putting this in here. Because I am a sad sack of shit. So please, remember as you watch our show, feel guilty for us. And like, comment, and subscribe. And once again, thank you for watching Turning Phrases. We apologize for everything.
yeah, and so with cowboys, because again, a lot of gay subculture within there was a lot of ass smacking, as we do. I don't know if gay men just gather together and smack each other's asses for fun, but I'm assuming that's what went on.
No,
You're shaking.
not for fun.
Not for fun.
Only for business.
Oh, wow. Okay. Business, not pleasure. Remember that.
So that's how you end a business negotiation. Just yep,
Yep.
on your way there, Bucko.
I think the expression actually came from a southern term in, I want to say like the 70s or the 60s. And the reason why it just came from someone named Sally, where it's like, Sally's always so like shocked about everything and stuff, And then they started using her to mock her, kind of thing. And it's like, you know what?
So,
Slap my ass and call me Sally.
that's so Sally.
Yeah.
We'll call me Sally out, so it's
It's because, like, mind you, Sally could or could not have been a prostitute.
I was
She
just
liked getting her ass slapped.
Maybe her thing was to act surprised, like, oh my god, I've
Like,
never seen that.
she could be a stripper. No,
Yeah.
Sally could be a stripper, right? In like the 70s or the 60s, in like Texas Southern, whatever, and like,
Yeah, close enough.
and she was just like, her job was to act surprised whenever her ass got slapped. So now the expression
People are into
turning
that.
is like, oh my gosh, slap my ass, call me Sally.
I mean, I don't know about you, but like I smack people's asses just because it's funny.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes if you act surprised, they're like, that makes them feel better.
And you get a
I
good
get
tip
that.
from it.
Right?
That's what I'm saying. In this economy, you gotta take that.
I mean, to be fair, think about every time you've ever had your ass smacked. Were you not surprised?
You don't usually expect it.
No.
Pleasantly.
Unless, surprisingly, you're playing like sports. In which case, it just seems to happen all the time. People just slapping each other on the ass all the time.
Yeah.
And so I feel like maybe that's possible origin. Maybe it was originally a sports term.
Oh?
But I don't think that's what it was. I think that in 1973, Samuel and Ethel Rosenberg found the nuclear codes.
Oh?
They infiltrated the CIA with the help of a concealed asset from the Cuban government. And when they
Can't
did,
spell asset without ass.
and when they did, they
That's
discovered the nuclear codes. Now, people, you're all safe. They've been changed. But originally, the codes were slap my ass and call me. And that's where it came from. The surprise that emanated throughout the Western world is really the origin of the phrase. Well, slap my ass and call me Sally. Did we really almost lose the nuclear war because a couple of spies? It's pretty surprising if you think about it. And 100% true.
I did not think in 10,000 years that, first of all, that the Rosenbergs were ever going to get brought up on this podcast, but that they
I also
brought
don't
up.
remember their names. I just remember the last name, so I don't know. I think Ethel's right. Sam, I'm not so sure.
I'm pretty sure.
Sammy Rosenberg.
I'm pretty sure the husband's name was Sam, because they were Jewish, so, like,
Yeah.
Sam is a very common name.
No, Sammy Rosenberg.
I
Yeah.
can make this worse if you want, like, the other, like, there's two ways of saying this expression.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want the other one?
Sure.
Yeah.
Hold on. Are you about to release the other nuclear codes? We changed
Yes,
them.
it's the other one.
Oh no!
Okay, guys. Well,
Well, you're gonna like this one just as much. Butter my butt and call me a biscuit.
I mean, that's so.
That is
Maybe
the
it's just.
gayest line I've ever heard. I'm
I mean,
sorry.
maybe I just haven't eaten in a while, but it's appetizing.
That's how I met Chris. That was literally my first race to him.
Wow.
Race and everything, you're not going to get yelled at.
Well, I mean, when we caught up again in college.
You're not going to get yelled at when you say Susan instead of Sally. You could remember
Sally
this.
just rolls off the tongue quicker than Susan.
Yeah, but I gotta tell you, I feel like the whole Sally thing probably came before the butter biscuits. Maybe she made the biscuits.
I feel like the butter biscuits came before the slap my ass and call me Sally.
Really?
I don't know. I feel like butter biscuits came
It was the
after
first.
because it was like millennials got their hands, their grubby little hands. Our grubby little
I
hands.
feel like maybe we millennials might be a little late on this one. I don't think I can call the Rosenbergs millennials.
The reason
That
why,
might be a stretch.
so the reason why I think it came before the slap my ass and call me Sally was because butter my biscuit and what else was it called?
Butter my butt and call me biscuit.
Butter my butt and call me biscuit. That's the phrase. I think butter my butt and call me biscuit came before the slap my ass and call me Sally because I feel like that came in cowboy terms. Alright? With the whole like we back then being gay, was
You gotta get out
technically a
there.
crime and like wasn't allowed quote unquote and shit. So they're like, we need a code for when we want to do it. So they're like, butter my butt and call me biscuit.
I mean, I always thought the code for like wanting to do it would just be like, giving someone a look.
No, sometimes
I mean, it
cowboys
wouldn't hurt to
couldn't
play.
tell. Some cowboys couldn't tell if other cowboys were gay or not. And when they haven't done it in a while and really needed to let out their frustrations,
Wild out.
they had to say, "Hey, can you butter my butt and call me?"
And the biscuit part's important. I can't get off.
Yeah, literally.
Butter my butt and call me Sally. That was
Call me Sally. It's the
Slap my ass and call me a biscuit.
Variation of it I've heard came from South Park, and it's when Mr. Garrison says, "Well, smack my ass and call me Charlie."
Wow. What? But either way, in all these variations, it has to do with that.
Yeah, it has to do with smacking your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually it's smack that ass, slap yourself.
Smack, butter. I mean, and smack is kind of close to snack. So I think we'll see where we're really going with this. It's kind of an invitation to the advanced level, if you will.
An advanced invitation to eat ass.
Yeah.
And the Rosenbergs were into that shit.
Oh. Shit.
Well, think about it. If it's eating ass, you're talking about.
You know that? Listen, how you think they got into the communist business?
Wait, hold on. I actually don't know who you're talking about. So can we?
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
The Rosenbergs were they were a couple who during the Cold War?
I only know like 50% of anything.
Anyway, they were executed for being spies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Communists infiltrating our government, buttering our biscuits.
Slapping our asses and calling us Sally.
Yep, and our asses, dear listener, were slapped.
Alright, so
And we've still been called Sally to this day.
So are we in pretty much unanimous agreement that it's about cowboys eating ass?
Yes, I am in full on agreement with that.
I mean, I don't know what the Rosebergs felt about cows, but I definitely agree with the latter half. Now, the real question is, how do we get sports in here?
I'm sorry?
Because the whole slapping ass thing. I mean, like, we were talking about
I
this before.
never really understood that either, honestly.
Yeah.
I know that slapping someone's ass in sports is supposed to be like, hey, good job, or hey, good luck out there kind of thing, but it's like,
You know, for
how?
Maybe it's like the rest of them are so delicate. You know, like if you slap any sports person, think of any sports person, go. Name a sports person.
Brett Favre.
Sure. You slap him. I couldn't think of one.
Oh, wow.
I'm surprised you went with Brett Favre. Not because of all the shit going on with him right now.
I don't
Well,
know.
it's a rusty nail, but let's just work with it.
Oh, shit.
It's like that when they come up to you like, name a woman. Name a woman. And you can't come up
Just
with
say Whitney Houston because she's every woman.
That's true.
Oh, wait. What about Shaka Khan?
Oh, yeah.
You're right.
She was the original
you can
every
name more
woman.
than one woman,
Right.
but you just have to
Wait,
name
what?
a woman.
Actually, I don't
You
know
did.
if she was the
You
original.
haven't.
She was one of the
You
all
haven't.
every woman.
I'm pretty sure she did it first.
Who was that person that felt like a woman? Adam loves her so much.
Shania Twain.
Ah,
Wait, she that's the one that's never been impressed, right?
never been impressed,
Yeah, she
and
was never
once
impressed.
felt like a woman.
Doesn't impress her very much, guys.
So I do
Yeah.
have another thought.
Okay.
Oh,
That's good. Forgot about that.
That's great. So like cowboys, right?
Got it.
The
I'm right there
equivalent
with you.
the equivalent of cowboys in Japan would be the samurai. And if any of
The
you
map checks out.
yes, if any of you watch, Clint Eastwood and Toshiro Mifune movies, you know exactly where I'm going. with this.
Or Jack Samurai.
Samurai Jack?
Samurai Jack.
I know that.
So I wanted to answer your sports question,
Slap
but
my
I
ass and
didn't.
call me
I
a
didn't
goof.
have an answer for that. But I found a sentence. It's great.
Oh, man.
Let says, in all of its annals, there's nothing on butts.
What?
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 And if you read that wrong,
What?
in all of its annals, there's nothing but butts.
Okay.
Because I read it wrong.
All right. Cowboys and Indians. What were
I said cowboys and samurai. You
not saying things?
penny hoodle. I wonder. Because, the Japanese had, very refined codes of conduct, and there's, the Bushido.
Mm-hmm.
Was it permissible for one samurai to smack another's ass? By the way, and my husband has absolutely confirmed this for me, because he knows more about samurai than I ever will. The samurai also had a similar gay subculture to what the cowboys had going on.
Interesting.
So I wonder how much ass smacking there was between Ronin.
Well, it was all consensual ass smacking.
There was a lot of armor involved. You know, like that's. If you slapped anywhere else, you might get hurt.
You can smack someone's ass pretty good through a kimono, I think.
Well, the kimono isn't the same as like a stainless steel armor. That's the thing.
I mean, these guys were wearing
Like you would have to
like,
smack their ass with the sheath of the sword.
Yeah, I mean, you had to get serious with it. You had to bring something with you to that battle.
Yeah.
You know?
Obviously a Gowie panel.
Exactly. Yes.
You got to make sure you hit him with a flat katana. You don't want to hit him with like the leading edge. That's important. That's early.
Remember, this is all consensual.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You only make that mistake.
Unless they ask for it, don't do it.
Yeah, some got
Oh my god. I knew someone, and I'm not going to say this person's name, obviously, but I knew someone who was seeing someone who, apparently they had a Gowie paddle that said bottom bitch. Like, when it hits you on the ass, it would say bottom bitch across your ass.
Wow.
And I can't help but wonder.
Here's part of the order.
Wow. Where did they get it from? I'm curious.
He was part of the order.
Oh, okay.
That's where he got it from.
Speaking of ass smacking, I feel like I'm taking this in a different direction, but I was watching this documentary about this lady who got hit by a car.
Okay.
And
That's all this.
Right?
well, she got hit by a car, and they were trying to figure out who did it. It took them years. And then I want to say, well, it could have been Sally. Could have been Sally, but
Damn it, Sally.
they actually checked her ass,
Oh, okay.
and it was months later. They looked at the bruise that was left on her ass, and it was actually the imprint of the license plate, and that's how they found out who did it.
Not the
Sorry, I had to tell the story.
Wait, is that a true story?
I think it is.
Oh my god.
The thing is, I was watching the documentary and I might have fallen asleep on it, but I do remember. I remember them saying that they looked at her ass and they looked at the bruise, and somehow the license plate was imprinted on her ass, and that's how they found the car.
That it was part of the importance of the dream.
Right?
They called in a forensic ass print analyst.
I want to know what they put on the visit summary for the doctor visit. I want to know what the ICD-10 code is for ass examination for license plate extraction.
You know, it's like.
You know they got everything. Bitten by duck on there.
Yeah.
They got it all, man.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
They seen some shit, man.
The craziest episode.
Her biscuits got buttered.
Oh yeah. The craziest episode of Forensic Files that I've ever seen, and I promise I'm going to come back to it. But they solved a murder with dog poo.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, they found a pile of dog poo outside of the victim's house.
Murder weapon.
And no, and they saw a shoe imprint.
On the shit.
Yeah, and they were able to match it to the killer with that.
Wow. See, this is why you always pick up your dog's shit, guys.
Yeah. And upon
you're a snitch.
And upon
exactly, your dog's snitch and you didn't even know it.
That's
upon
right.
discovering this, the forensics expert probably exclaimed,
Butter my biscuits and call me Susan.
"So close."
Yeah, so close to the actual.
We're gonna keep
One. Still no Susan. No matter how much you put in Susan. Susan's never been mentioned except by you.
Sit with you and Susan.
Butter my bread basket and call me Brenda.
What?
That's my
You can call me Brenda if you want.
Oh my goodness.
That's incredible. What we've learned here today is that if you don't clean up after your dog, you're a snitch, and will be treated like one.
You are a snitch by association.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so if you're enabling that shit, then that's what's gonna happen.
Because you were the reason why your dog shit was there to begin with.
Yeah, you're gonna get your biscuits buttered.
It's fun.
It's like the thing Adam's thing about Susan B. Anthony every 5 seconds. It's like, Susan.
Do you think the gay cowboys and the gay samurai ever play board games?
Oh yeah, they play Twister. They play.
Oh man.
Okay, hold on, time out.
Jesus.
Is Twister a board game?
Yes, because it requires a board to decide where you're gonna go.
You know what? She's
That's
right.
a good point.
It is a board game.
Oh yeah, it contains a cardboard element.
Yep.
That's the board
Does
game.
not contain a cardboard element.
It does.
It's part of spinner.
Better.
I thought it was plastic cloth.
Okay, so
No, but it is.
The last time I played it, which was eons ago, the little board that they give you that has the arrows on it that tells you where to go. That's cardboard, and then you have the actual plastic.
There's a board involved.
Yeah.
Therefore, board game.
Suck my balls.
And on that note,
You offer that weekly.
on that note,
Yeah.
I think we need to know what the true origin of
Buttermilk biscuits.
suck my slap and call me for an
Oh
answer.
my god, no. Butter
So
my
close.
butter my bread and call me biscuit, and suck my ass and call me Sally.
Well, that's probably right.
Just
There are so many carbs that we have presented that are not biscuits.
Just to finish off the story about the imprint, I did some research and I found a law firm
Oh.
that actually does this type of research.
Did
And
you
they
find
said
that?
that if you've been hit by a car, there might be an imprint of the license plate on you. And
Cluster
they
my pearls.
Johnson Law PC.
Oh,
This is something that they
it's-
use. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. So anyway.
You can't listen.
I
Listen,
my
if we get
pearls
their,
as you were talking, bro.
don't- you can't say their name unless they pay us the money. We
Oh.
need the sponsorship first.
Oh.
And we
Remember,
can't
we're
out
not.
these guys. We haven't looked at their butts. We don't know what's on them.
Oh my god, I forgot.
Well,
what
I
it's
think
called.
there's a bunch of places called by that name.
That's
So
true.
we don't know which one we're talking
So-
about.
I don't know if they're person or replace. It's fine.
Well,
Yeah.
hey, they will check your butt
Mm-hmm.
to make sure to find the car that hit you. Okay.
Like, imagine you just walk into the law firm like, all right, we got
Let's get it started. I don't got time. I need the money now.
What's your complaint? Pulls down pants.
It's just,
I know that happens more often than you would think.
I bet.
The fact that it shows up on a law firm's website.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry.
that's true. That means they're advertising it.
I'm
This
gonna
is not the
extend
first
this by
time.
like another minute because I just found another definition for this.
Oh,
Dip me in butter and roll me in nuts.
That's tasty. Maybe
I'm not gonna lie,
it's
it's
possible.
really tasty.
It's possible I just haven't eaten.
You're not allowed to say what's tasty.
Roll you in what now?
Yeah, miss my
Roll
Starbucks
me
drink.
Oh,
Look, I will eat out my Starbucks drink right the fuck now. I have no shame about it.
you gotta do it fast though. I'll see you next time. Hold on.
Wait, hold on.
Better hurry up.
I also took a photo of it.
I want to hear this like you're selling a pig.
Okay.
Okay?
Alright, so guys, this is my Starbucks drink, alright? I get a mocha cookie crumble frappuccino blended beverage, right? Venti. So it's a 24 ounce. And this is what I get, alright? I get 3 pumps brown sugar syrup, caramel drizzle, 3 pumps caramel syrup, 2 pumps cinnamon dulse syrup, extra whipped cream, 1 pump coffee nut, line the cup with mocha sauce, 4 dark caramel sauce, extra cookie crumble topping, non-dairy vanilla sweet cream, 2 pumps of hazelnut syrup. And trust me, you will fucking love it. It is.
You read that so fast. Well, the
But
problem
not-
is it's like 2 pages when you actually
Well,
look at it.
let's not for something. Call me Chris.
I say that so often these days.
It is fucking phenomenal. Trust me. If you can't get light ice, so that way it's just like
Well, you have to go light on the ice.
Before
Yeah.
today, I did not know that ice could be light.
right.
So I think the biggest problem with this is that you have to remember when you order this,
Uh-huh.
the Starbucks employee will break down in tears.
That's what we drinking, Chris.
Mind you, this is like a $10.95 drink. You have to tip them $2 to $5. All right. This is a lot for them.
Can we appreciate though how like the only healthy option in that entire thing is the non-dairy vanilla?
Yes.
And light on ice. You don't want too much water.
Oh God.
No.
Yeah.
He
No,
wants-
literally.
He wants to be concentrated.
No, because it's like if it's too much ice, it ends up just being a slushy, and you don't end up getting like an actual good drink. That's why if you can get the option of light ice, so that way when they blend it, it's not a lot of ice and it's just perfect.
Alright, well, it's quite ice cold. Call me Ivanka. We need to hear the explanation.
Yes,
Okay,
that
You
was
need to
loud.
hear
I'm
the
so
order.
sorry.
so we looked this up randomly before this episode started, and that's actually kind of the problem that we ran into. But 1860s.
What?
Really?
Okay, hold on. Are you close?
I think I was close.
You might
No,
be close.
gay cowboys pretty much got to go on this road.
Okay.
So an ass, because this is where it really does come from, is a donkey.
Oh,
I mean, some of them are.
slap a donkey and call
And a
me
lot of
Sally.
times when you're making love with donkeys, you would name them Sal. No, that's not the devil.
What? I'm about to say. I'm like, what?
No, but literally it is from that. Like, donkeys' names are, they're
Sally.
called asses. You
Yeah.
smack the ass.
Of course.
Oh, it's like the donkey's name is Sally.
Yeah.
Saskatchewan.
You know that time
I had a
where
feeling
someone's
it was
dad comes
a
in late at night, he's super drunk, and goes up to his wife, and he says, "Slap my ass and call me Sally. You look like an ass." And then the trouble starts.
Oh, shit. No, but I had a feeling that it originated from a donkey. But I couldn't help but think that it came from cowboys.
You couldn't help but think it came from gay cowboys.
Yeah.
Donkeys feel about this. But
I mean, they're assholes.
they're constantly being associated with our butts.
Mm-hmm.
They deserve that. Maybe. Maybe they did.
Donkeys are assholes.
Well, maybe they do deserve.
I mean,
What if you found out that a duck called its asshole,
A donkey?
Steph?
Oh my gosh.
No, a duck called its asshole
A duck.
a parpagoo. And whenever she was talking about you or other humans, she'd be like, "Yep, that's one of those parpagoons."
Wow.
And you would have the same name. You'd feel some kind of way about it. Is what I'm saying. You'd feel like maybe there were intended.
Arctic Newton?
Yeah, so what if the duck called its own butt parpagoo?
I like that that's the thing he came up with right after calling you a duck's ass.
The horse
Wow.
fucking Animaniacs, bro.
Well,
That's really bad.
there's a connection there, but I can't really think about it right now. It's beyond my pay grade.
Mm-hmm.
My God, man.
My point is that if a duck called its butt Farpagnoon, and then just happened to call humans Farpagnoons too, you'd be like,
I like the fact that you've chosen that
why?
word, but you have pronounced it 4 different ways
Yeah.
so far since you started.
my point is that why? Why would they do that? And why would we call our butt an ass? And then we found this donkey, and we're like, you know what that is?
Well, because that's the
Donkeys have fat asses.
They do.
That's true. Maybe so.
It could have been a compliment.
They're fit.
That's true. Check out that.
It's like, what? Oh no, we were talking about the donkey.
Yeah, it would actually work.
No, that's
they
where
got
it came
that.
from. That's where it came from. All right, look, listen. All right, hear me
Listen.
out. Hear me out. So the thing originated from the people trying to say, "Oh man, look at her ass," and the woman would turn around and be like, "What?" And they'd be like, "No, we were talking about that ass," and they're talking about the donkey.
That's called
Trying to cover them up, yeah. And they're like, "Okay," and then they start looking around, yeah. So that's where it fucking came from.
I mean, the ass is the part of our body that goes on the ass. So,
Wow. But okay, hold on. This ain't my horse.
I
You know,
mean,
the thing, my
listen. You walk on them, right? So there's a donkey.
Yeah.
And
there's a commandment.
and does not one ride on thy ass?
One does ride on my ass. It's true.
And one rides on a donkey.
It's true. I like the explanation of like taking that ass, and then they look over like, "What you say about me?" Like, talking about your fine beast.
Exactly.
Your
The
fine
donkey.
beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are called asses, and they're great.
Literally, yeah.
Very.
They're trying to give away a compliment without going, "Ooh, I'm in trouble."
Do you guys know that we just did a second episode within the first episode?
Oh my god, yeah.
We just did ass.
Yeah.
And donkey. We just did it. We just turned and phrased it.
We turned the phrase
Good.
around.
What do we need these people for? They can't match our power. We did 2 in 1. Are you kidding me? It's over. This has been turning phrases with Adam and Steph
And
Cody.
Corey.
Yeah. And there won't be any other hosts ever again. We just won. It's over. It's done. We did 2 in 1.
I can't wait for the next
Try to
episode
beat
where
me.
I'm on it and you're not.
Can't, man.
Oh,
It's 2
man.
and 1. We're it. This is it. We're it.
I'm excited for this shit, man.
And scene.
Yeah, we're done.
Bye.